Welcome to the Dean Von Music Podcast Show from the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. 2025 is shaping up to be an exciting year, and joining us on the show is the one and only Voltaire'S Ghost.
You dreaming red, you see my bed, you regret the life you led me. What got meant for two? Tell me, baby, what would you do without this blessing, without this curse? What you gonna do about my thirst?
We'll be diving into their brand new release, Death Becomes You, a dark, seductive single that tells the tale of a female vampire. Plus, stay tuned as the band teases us with their upcoming performances in March of 2025.
Close your eyes, you see my life, see me cut down to
We'll also be talking about their music and their anticipated full-length album, Black Petals Fallen, which boasts 13 tracks and showcases the band's signature mix of melodic rock, gothic, and classical music. From the haunting hills and valleys of western Colorado, Voltaire'S Ghost blends the elements of rock, gothic, and classical rock into the mesmerizing and alluring sound. Welcome. Welcome to the Dean Von Music Podcast Show. We have a great guest for you tonight. Voltaire'S Ghost is in the waiting room waiting to come out tonight. And I heard they have some new news for us tonight, brand new. And it's exciting news for them, and it has to do with one of their songs. So let's bring them out and see what's happening with Voltaire'S Ghost out there. I'm going to bring them in one at a time, if that's okay. Let me see if I can find them around the corner here. Oh, there's one. There's two. I see three. There's another one coming back in. Go landscape, everyone, on your phones, on your iPhones. There you go. Come on in, guys and girls. Ruby, turn your phone sideways. And Josh, turn your phone sideways as well.
Oh, yeah. I did, but for some reason it's like you're like turned sideways and I'm still like,
just give it another turn. Sometimes it happens when you come out of the sleep mode. There you go. Nice. I've been playing your songs, and I just did a little introduction for you guys just to let people know who you are.
sweet.
And all that fun stuff. So welcome. Well, hold on. Let me do a couple things here. Just got to get prepared for the live show tonight. We are streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, and TikTok. We'll see how that goes.
Sweet.
Let's see, we got a little thing going. So I want to welcome you to the Dean Von Music Podcast Show. And if you're familiar with the Dean Von Music Podcast Show, we get down to the root of where you guys are headed, where you came from, and what Voltaire'S Ghost is doing now. And I heard you have some exciting news. We'll get into that very soon here. And we have a lot of listeners already on the chat room tonight in YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and Instagram even. Yeah, look at that. Instagram is, that's a tough one, but I like to we have a lot of fans over there on Instagram. So if anybody out there wants to chat in, I get all your chats at the same time. If you want to call into the show, right behind me on my screen is a phone number you can call in on. And let's see if I can pin it real quick so you can see it. Hold on one second. So the phone number is a 669-444-9171. If you're listening to the show and you're not watching it tonight, 669-444-9171. The secret code is 702-927-2226. That's 702-927-2226. So call in and talk to the band. They would love to hear from you guys, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hello, Internet.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so glad you guys took the time out to hang out with me. I'm going to kind of just start off with your bio a little bit, just to let people know, when you guys started. But I'm going to get most of that information from you tonight. But you guys have a bio, and I did read it. And it says the first is the February 14th release of Death Becomes You. And it says it's a sinister and seductive single about a female vampire pleading with her human lover to join her in immortality.
Man, that's hot. That's hot, I gotta say.
I just like reading that description. And you guys are going to be making some appearances, it says, in Austin during the legendary South of Southwest Music Festival, including shows on March 11th and the 14th of March at Shakespeare's on 6th Street. That sound about right?
Absolutely.
Yep. So I want everybody to go see them live, because that's where the meat's at. Going to see these bands live is awesome. So I want to kind of, I'm going to pick on each one of you here in a minute. I want to get through the bio. You have a full-length album called Black Petals Fallen.
Yes.
We'll talk a little bit about. Okay. And that's band recorded. Is this a new one coming out, guys?
Yeah, that'll be out sometime later this year. We're mixing it now, so God willing, summer, fall at the latest.
Okay. And we'll get all the little details out of the way here, because I got different names on my screen, and I want to go back. Okay, I'm getting in trouble here. Magnus is up in my top left. If you can see Magnus, wave your hands. And then we have Ruby Jewel. She's the singer, and she's over there waving her hands. And we have Josh on drums and percussion. He's the iPhone guy at the bottom. And then we had Finn, who is the keyboard player. I don't have him on my list tonight, but he showed up tonight. I'm so glad he did. And welcome to the show, Finn.
Thank you.
And he had two screens up earlier, so I called him Finn. He had two fins up. So again, I want to welcome you guys to the show tonight. It's my honor having you guys on the Dean Vaughn Music.
Thank you so much.
We've been playing this song I don't know, for about a week now on my commercial. I believe it's the one, Death Becomes You. And I'm going to talk to who's the best to answer the question about the radio play on that song.
I'll take that, Dean.
Okay, so let's talk about the good news. You said it in the introduction tonight, so I'm going to let you take it from here. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, we released this song. We released it actually on Valentine's Day.
Oh, nice.
And we found out yesterday it landed in the Media-Based Top 40 radio chart at 129. 129.
Well, let's give that one a big hand.
It's an auspicious start.
That's bad to the bone. That's bad to the bone. So tell me how that happened and your fans.
Terrestrial and satellite radio picked it up, apparently, and it's just been really thrilling. We're so happy. It just popped right away. We're super thrilled. We love the song, and the response has just been great.
That's pretty awesome. And thank you, fans out there, for supporting Voltaire's Ghost. And all these small, I usually talk with a lot of smaller bands. I'm not talking to Ted Nugent today, but I'm hoping that one day your popularity will be as big as any of these big bands. So that's why we're trying to get you off the ground and get you out there and let people see and hear you tonight on the Dean Vaughn podcast show. And this will eventually be out in 105 countries tonight. So we'll get to play your music.
Wow.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Tell me more. Finish that story. So this song, when was it written? Am I looking at the original members tonight?
All but one. Finn is new to the band for a couple weeks. So this song originated from a poem and a riff that I wrote a while back, actually. So it's about a female vampire, and she's singing to her human lover. And basically the moral of the story is, you're pretty hot, but you'd be much hotter if you were dead like me.
Well, that's funny. And
so I envisioned this as her singing to him in a jazz club, an empty jazz club. And that's what I think the video is going to be. It's going to be really cool.
Tell me about the radio station. Is it rock and roll? Now, your genre, what would you categorize yourself as?
Well, we think we're a goth band, but no one agrees with us.
We've been called Cosmic Sludge. I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome.
It does.
I like the word cosmic. I feel a vibe from you guys. I feel
Dark
like a lounge room jazz, a little goth in there, maybe. If I have to go there. I still need to listen to the rest of your songs to really get into the groove, but. So far, I've only heard like 2 songs, and then I have some videos up on the screen tonight. So tell me a little bit about this song. And where?
So I had this poem and this riff that I had forever. I brought it into the band, and we reworked it quite a bit. There was some stuff that was added, and Ruby came up with this amazing vocal melody in the chorus, and our then keyboard player Max, he came up with the great keyboard part in the chorus, and it just really came together. It was a group effort for sure. We recorded it in Nashville. Our producer was Dean Miller. 2 or 3 weeks after we met, something like that, a month after we met.
Yeah, pretty much.
We were still working it out when we were on our way to Nashville. So what you hear on record is people who had just met each other and had just cobbled this thing together from an old riff I had in the closet under a bunch of old blankets.
Well, that's pretty cool. So now your relationship, did you guys know each other before this band? Were you like friends growing up, or did you all meet professionally, being introduced?
We're still strangers. We just met. We all met in the fall of except Finn, who's just joined us, of course, but Ruby, Josh, and I met in the fall of 2023. I already had recording dates for Nashville. So I had a bunch of songs or half songs, and I had a recording date, and I had a producer. I just didn't have a band, just that one little thing was missing, just that little thing. So I had to find some musicians, and Josh was my niece's drum teacher. My 8-year-old niece was taking drum lessons, and
nice.
Met him when I picked her up from her lessons. And Josh, how did that it come up? Did I just ask you, do you want to come to Nashville and make a record? How did that happen?
Honestly, I think we were like in the room and we were jamming because you guys were getting ready for like a showcase, and we were just playing, and then you're like, can I talk to you afterwards? And I was like, of course. And then you were like, well, I'm going to
shady.
Nashville.
Shady.
You were like, I'm going to Nashville, and I need a drummer. And I was like, oh. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I could do it. I mean, at first I was concerned.
Well,
he asked my niece, he's like, is your uncle for real? Is this like legit guys?
I was worried I was going to get flown to Tennessee to get murdered, but that didn't happen. So
Yes.
Not yet, but
Oh, I was going to ask, and I keep Magnus. I was going to ask Magnus, are you the bad uncle, Magnus? Are you the bad uncle?
I'm the cool uncle.
You're the cool. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
Because I'm an uncle too, and they think I'm the bad uncle, but I'm actually the cool uncle as well. But you got a fairly young band. I'm not going to ask anybody's age, but you've got a lot of growth, a lot of room to grow. And and I don't know when you started playing music. I'm going to pick on you a little bit, Magnus. When did you get started playing music and go all the way back when you were coming out of high school? Your parents, were they supportive of everything you've done? And then what was your instruments going through high school? I'm just curious. And then are you the main songwriter or do you guys all collaborate? That's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of questions. I didn't actually play anything in high school. I didn't start until after I got out of school. My girlfriend at the time gave me a classical guitar for Christmas, and I wrote my first song that night, Christmas Day. And guys, it's still the classical guitar I play on stage. Is what we recorded Christmas Prayer on. And it's funny, Dean. I don't know if you've experienced this with instruments, but that cheap guitar,
Yeah.
God bless Valerie, wherever she is now, had so many songs in it. And I truly believe they were in that guitar.
It was the ghost of Voltaire. It was the ghost in there.
You can't rule it out. You can't rule it out because I started writing songs right away, and I had never written songs before. So that's how it started for me. And then I had different lineups, different versions of this band in different cities.
Yeah.
I was a magician in a former career, so I traveled a lot, did a lot of shows in different cities, countries. And so I'd always try to find local musicians to try to bring some of these songs to life. And sometimes I'd record them, and I put some of those out.
Were you the magician who brought music onto the stage?
Sometimes, sometimes, yeah. I had this act where it was a vampire coin that you stuck a stake through it and it bled and then it came back to life. And I did it to a Bach piece. That was pretty cool.
That sounds gory.
But so I had all these songs, and I had never really had a lineup that really stuck. A lot of people came and went and recorded with a lot of cool people, but nothing that I was really looking for. And for some reason, that fall of 2023 was just magic. And I don't know what it was, but found Josh thanks to my niece and Ruby. We met from a flyer we put up on campus. Ruby, do you remember how that happened? Do you remember where you saw that?
I found a flyer in the Performing Arts Center, and I called the little number, and then you answered, and then we made a band.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it went.
So you guys are pretty close, it sounds like, relationship-wise. Are you all living in the same area? Do you guys get together on a regular basis? Do you have rehearsal studios? And where are you all based? I should probably ask that first.
We're based in Western Colorado. All of us live, a lot of us have grown up in Western Colorado, Grand Junction, Glenwood Springs, Delta, that area. So it's close to the Utah border. It's smallish communities, a lot of rural communities. And I grew up there, and we're all sort of from the area, and we all live there now, and we have a rehearsal space, and we meet weekly.
That's awesome. That's dedication right there. I mean, I remember rehearsing. I'm a lead singer in an old rock band in the 80s. I was the lead singer for Danger, and we played with Guns N' Roses, Poison.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep. I headlined Roxy, Whiskey, Gazzari's. I was the house band when it was called Gazzari's. And I've 45 years of playing music in the industry.
Awesome.
And I've written over 100 songs. And I'll tell you, I'm a songwriter like that too, where I just boom, it just hits me and then I write it. And a lot of times the genre might even change a little bit depending on what I'm into at the time. Now I'm still trying to figure out what I want to write. I want to write heavy. I want to write rock. I'm a piano player, so I write ballads. I play guitar. I play bass, and I'm a singer. So, and speaking of singing, I want to get over to Ruby and ask her a couple questions. Ruby, so tell me how you got into this band to begin with, and who did you meet first?
I met Josh and Matt that first day. I found a flyer in the Performing Arts Center here on the campus of the college that I go to.
Nice.
And I think Matt and his niece were putting up flyers, and I was the first one who called. And it just kind of worked out.
That's like old school advertising.
Yeah.
For sure.
I remember
First.
going to Hollywood and had one of those hammer staple guns. And I would get on the bed of my truck and I'd sit up and I'd go bam, bam, and I'd hit it on the telephone pole. Then that's what you had to do back then because we didn't have the internet like we do today. And I'm going back to the 80s now, mid 80s. So but Flyers is kind of old school, but it still works, right, Ruby?
Dean, it totally look with all the internet and Instagram and all the rest of it. I found Josh in person through my niece. We put up a flyer. How we found Ruby. Finn was a friend of Ruby's. It's all we came together all old school ways.
That's
In
pretty cool.
person,
Yeah.
paper,
Yeah.
phones, you know.
Well, I want to get back to Ruby, and I'm not done grilling her yet, Magnus. So, Ruby, tell me, you're growing up with your family. What kind of music were you into? I mean, you look fairly young to me, probably because I'm ancient, and I would think you were a pop star by looking at you, but you got a bit of a jazz look, a very soulful look.
Thanks.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you that, but tell me where it all started. What were you into, and how did you get into this type of music?
I started loving music when my dad showed me probably the Tragically Hip. My musical background is in musical theater. I'm a thespian.
And you're going to college right now too, right?
Yeah,
So you're an educated singer,
yeah.
and you're playing some really hip. I'd call it hip music. Not to the point where you need the beads and all that stuff, but a hip, soulful jazz, a little bit of jazz going on there. Do you have a musical background? Do you play piano, guitars, anything? Or
I play
you?
piano and guitar, yeah.
Well, if I could hear it because you know what? A lot of singers play piano. And they do that because they're trying to figure out thirds and fifths and sevenths and different chord arrangements. And where do I sing in this part of the song? So having piano background really is the blueprint to where you're going to want to sing, or if you're bringing in harmonies. And I love the piano because it's the map. The piano's the map. I'm a keyboard player. I'm more of a boogie woogie jazz, deep purple, Boston lead, swinging, just crazy Hammond B3 organ. So I'm a crazy blues keyboard player, and then I back it down a little bit and do like Bryan Adams and that kind of stuff, and Richard Marx. So, but the fact that you have a piano background and you got a great voice, your voice is so pure, and
Thank you.
I only say that because I can't really put my finger on it, and I think that Magnus would appreciate that I can't nail you down.
You
Like,
would.
do you sound like Pat Benatar? Do you sound like Ann Wilson? Do you sound like Stevie Nicks? This and this and that. So, and do you try to be unique, or is that just you? Is that just how you sing?
Each song is different. Each
Mhm.
song's story requires like completely different. I think I did an accent for one song sometime. I think I sung a song and then a little old man voice just to see how it would sound one time. That was pretty fun. Do you remember that, Josh?
I remember. I do remember that. That's nice.
Where are you originally from, Ruby? You sound like you have a slight accent. Where are
I'm
you
from
originally?
Colorado, but my parents are from upstate New York.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Colorado?
Yeah.
Not a bad place to grow up. It's beautiful out there. Yeah. It's really beautiful. You do any skiing out there? Are you a
I
skier?
do. I love to ski.
How did I know that? Yeah. Snowboard or ski? Snowboard?
Ski.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm an old guy, so I ski. And I see all these young kids flying over my head in snowboards. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. And I'm sitting there on the ground going, this is nuts. These kids are on snowboards and they're doing 100 miles an hour, and they're doing flips over my head. They're laughing at me.
Oh
They're
yeah.
just laughing. Look at that old guy on the skis. And but I love the snow, man, and I'd love to go to Colorado again. I've been there once. And so what do you do when you're not in this band? What's your recreational stuff? What do you like to do,
I
Ruby?
I write, I paint. I have friends.
You have friends?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh, God, they caught me. I used to be in an improv troupe. I'm trying to get back into improv, but
Oh, that's kind of cool. Like, are you into comedy at all, or just
yeah.
improv? Okay, that's very cool. Let me jump over to Finn, since he's the keyboard player, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Fan, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. When did you meet these guys? How'd you get in this band? What happened?
Well, I've known Ruby forever, pretty much, and she's the way I kind of got into the band. I still remember when she joined, she told me how she found that flyer. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then, she was with the band for a while, and then just last year, kind of towards the end of last year, they reached out to me and had some work for me, and it was totally new to me. It's like 1 month. I didn't expect to be playing keyboard for a goth rock band, and now here we are. We're going to South by Southwest next month. So it really it kind of snuck up on me, but it's been great.
Well, that's awesome. And the keyboards in a goth band, I mean, it depends on, I wouldn't even really, well, when you say goth, it doesn't really explain, like the song we just heard. It's more of like, I hear keyboards in that, I hear keyboards. But when you say goth, I'm like, where are the keyboards in goth, right? Gothic rock. When you listen to it, mostly there's not keyboards. And I guess I'm kind of heading there. You have a multi-genre going on where and tell me what kind of keyboards you're playing. Is it blues, classical, heavy, eerie sounding, or you have synthesizers, pianos, organs? Tell me a little bit about your keyboard setup.
Well, we do a little bit of everything, and I know that's what, Magnus really likes about the just having a keyboard. It's not just a piano or organ or what have you. We can do a little bit. And I mean, just on it, we have a pretty short set list right now. And even just on that, I'm doing three different sounds. We're doing one song with the synth, a lot of piano, and a couple with an organ as well. Personally, I have more of a classical background, not technically speaking, but that's what I've learned and studied a bit more. Um,
When did you start playing piano? When did you start?
I guess back in 2020, well, that was the year I started playing everything. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
2020, and you look young. I'm not gonna give you
yes.
an age, but I started playing piano at 10.
Mm,
And I stopped seeing my teacher because she died.
Ooh.
So
Oh
she was
my
100
goodness.
she was 100 years old. And I remember I was supposed to play Troubled Water. What's the name of that darn song? Anyway, and my teacher was so pissed at me because I did the entertainer, and it was like a whole classroom full of all the parents were there. And I did the entertainer because I just liked playing what I wanted to play.
right.
And it was Bridge over Troubled Waters. It
Mm.
was like a song they made me learn, and they gave me the sheet music. And anyway, are you kind of like that where you just kind of fly off and do whatever you want and
Oh
in
yeah,
your own original keyboard player?
absolutely. I mean, as for myself, the reason I started playing keyboard was just to accompany other things that I was doing, writing guitar and bass parts. Obviously, now playing for Voltaire's Ghost and coming into this pre-existing band, I'm not doing just whatever I want, but I do also have the space to kind of express myself and put my spin on things. And that's one thing that's been really great is, I don't feel restricted with you guys. And, I feel like I do have space to put in, a reasonable amount of my own style, but also, really respect what's already been done and, do a good job for the sake of this music.
Now, are keyboards in every song, or do you do other stuff? Or is it keyboards on every song?
I mean, every song on our set list right now, there may be
Yeah.
a
Okay.
couple that don't, but
Because I became a singer because I had my keyboards off to the side of the stage, and I
mhm,
didn't always play them. I would do the tambourine and I'd do whatever else, and I had an acoustic guitar. Do you
mhm.
do other instruments on stage or just keyboards?
Well, I mean, with Voltaire's Ghost, I'm just doing keyboards. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're pretty consumed and you're probably in the corner, left or
I mean,
right. Let me guess. You're on the left side
yes,
facing the audience.
yes, yeah. Audience right, but on the left side from our point of view.
And that's opposite of what I used to do. I was on the right side, audience left. But I just thought you were a little different than I was. So you went to the left side. But it doesn't matter because I always wanted to do both. I wanted to come out, play the 12-string guitar. We did a
Mhm.
little bit of Bon Jovi stuff, kind of like
Ooh.
come out with the 12 string, then go back and nail the keyboards. And then I became the lead singer. So the keyboards were always on the side, but I've never had a full-time keyboard player. I've always been the keyboard player. And
Mhm.
then I was playing with Timothy Gaines, who was the bass player for Striper. And Timmy Gaines was my bass player in a band called No Stranger. And it was like Sticks. You had the keys, you had two guitars, Everyone sang. It was awesome. And that reminds me, do you guys all sing in the band? Does everyone sing?
I sing.
No,
Raise your hand. Raise
we
your hand
leave
if
that we leave that to the professional.
The reason I ask, I only had one singer when I was in Danger, when I was the lead singer for Danger, and he was my bass player, and he was a good singer. But only one person wanted to sing. Is it like that with you guys? Do you guys do harmonies?
Not yet. We'll definitely explore that in the studio coming up shortly. But when Ruby belts it, I mean, you don't need anything else. We all just stand back in awe.
I want to play a song tonight, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, Ruby. Go ahead.
I was just saying
Go ahead.
thanks.
I have a video. I'm on your website right now, and you have a video, music video called Glass.
Mm.
Do you guys like that song?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
we love it. It's been our
Yes, I do.
set closer for forever, and I think Ruby was the first thing that you and I worked on when we
Yep.
met.
Yeah, that first day.
Yeah,
Interesting. You said, is it your closer, the song?
yeah, for the set list, yeah, for the live set, it's a great cathartic
It's a great closer.
closer.
So it'd be a great way to start off the music side of the show tonight.
All right.
And I'm going to play the video for the audience. You guys can kick back and watch it. And let me see if I can switch over to the screen there. And it's called Glass by Voltaire's Ghost. And I'm going to play this in high fidelity music, optimized for video clip. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and share that. Here we go. Your voices are live, so if you talk, it will show up on the audio. Here we go. Let's crank it up. Very nice. Very nice, man. That was very nice, man. Very nice. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice.
Thank you.
That song, when was that song written? And I'll look to Ruby on that one.
We started writing that song during our first rehearsal together, but we really didn't finish it or get it all together until right before we went to go record it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's another example where I had this riff forever and some of the different parts, and Ruby just had this poem that she had written just fit over it like a glove.
You know,
Right.
that's the first time I heard that song. And wow, her voice is even better on that song. Some of the
thanks.
notes you're hitting, Ruby, is just amazing. You can definitely listen. You can definitely hear the classical and formal training in your voice, and I can just because of the notes you're hitting, you're riffing down and you're hitting some really off, notes that most singers don't hit, and you're kind of going, and it tells me that you are a keyboard player. You know where your notes are at, and I'm just giving you a little quick lead singer review because I'm a singer, and your
Okay.
voice is very, very clean, very pretty and very dynamic and perfect for this band. I mean, I can't imagine you guys doing anything else. These are the songs that, and I can see why the other song was a Death Becomes You is rising on the charts. And tell me again, real quick, that song, where can people get that song or listen to it right now? And Magnus, I'll probably look to you on that. Where can people go and listen to these songs and actually buy or your merchandise? I'm looking at your website.
Merch store is being redone right now. We're gonna have that
Okay.
up shortly for South by Southwest. We're gonna have a new merch store and new things available.
Okay.
As far as Death Becomes You, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Prime, all the places. Go find Death Becomes You, and
So all the
hope you
typical,
like it.
okay. So all the typical places to download and listen to it. Are you guys selling any records on your website or anywhere where people can actually buy from the band?
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay, it's coming. Okay. I won't ask that one again. But I'll tell you the reason I asked that, so many bands are they're leaving it up to the internet to play their songs and they're not really looking out for their pocket, to make some money, to make some money in this business is very difficult. And if you don't try to sell your own products, the money's going to go somewhere else and then it's going to filter down to you and you're getting pennies, you're getting fractions of a penny for every download like I am. And I do sell all my records. I sell all my own singles, and you can buy them directly from me, and they're like $1.99. And if somebody wants to give Spotify or a membership to iTunes, again, you're getting a fraction of a penny for each play, and nothing wrong with that because they're getting you out there, guys. The streaming platforms are getting your music out there so people can know about you, and then when they want to go see you play, they know a little bit about you, and then when you go to that town and you're playing, they know who you are. But I always harp on that, guys. I go way back to Napster. Remember Napster?
Oh,
Remember Metallica?
yeah.
Everybody's such a shit about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lars was pissed off because money was leaving the pockets of leaving the pockets of us musicians, and they were downloading our stuff for free.
Hmm.
And I'm going back to the late 70s and 80s now. But now it's very difficult to make money in this business. But bringing that back, live gigs coming up. I was looking at your bio. You got a lot of stuff coming up in March. And tell me a little bit about the gigs that are coming up and how people can come find you guys.
Yeah, we have five gigs right now in Austin the week of March 11th. It's the week of South by Southwest. These are label showcase. We're with Curtain Call Records these days, and they've been such a
Okay.
big help. And so
Mm,
their label showcase. So bunch of artists, bunch of great artists from Curtain Call will be there, and we're really honored to be on those bills. And some of those days we have two shows, and then we have a photographer we hired. We're going to do some cool locations and shoots for some promo shots. We'll have new merch to sell. So check out our Instagram, our website. You can see all the venues and dates there, and come see us. We'd love to see you.
Now, were you guys signed before Curtain Call Records, or were they the first to help you guys out?
We did everything ourselves until Curtain Call, and they signed us in October, and they've been such a
Mm.
big help already. I mean, even stuff like this, like Dean, I know they
Yeah.
helped put this together, and we're so grateful. And it's just because we were doing everything ourselves, and it's a lot of work, as you know.
It is. You need another arm out there, right? You need another
Yeah.
arm, looking for promotions, marketing, meeting people like me. Rock Rage Radio,
They're
I'm sure
great.
you guys are getting played on there.
Yeah,
Gigi and the whole gang, and John and Brian Moore, your A&R rep.
yeah.
He's on the chat tonight, by the way. Don't
Hey,
forget.
Brian.
Everyone say hi to Brian Moore over there.
Hi, Brian.
Hi,
Hey,
Brian.
There he is. He's turning red right now. I know it's flushing, but that me and him will talk for hours. Me and Brian.
He's been great.
And he loves music. He loves his bands. He sends me all of your material. Hopefully it's all updated. But I only have a couple songs tonight. I have Glass, and then I had Death Becomes You. And there was another one. Okay, Glass was at the top. Death Becomes You. You had a couple live videos that I found on YouTube. They were kind of live. Is there anything you want to play? Or maybe it's on your website. Is there a song you want to play video-wise or audio?
Well, we have Christmas Prayer, which came out December 6th, which was our first under Curtain Call. And that should be on YouTube, and that's on our website as well. And even though it's February, we love that song.
I see Christmas Prayer on your website. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Let me open that up real quick. Hang on. Let me open that up real quick. Hang on a second. Whoa. Not yet.
It's
I think I played all your videos all at the same time. Hang on a second. The live show's tough, man, because I gotta find this stuff on the fly. And your website, very nice, very nice. You guys did a nice job on that. And what I like about you guys, and I want this to transcend over to Curtain Call bands out there. Your bio is awesome, and I'll tell you why.
Thank you.
It gives me enough information to know, who you are, your songs, when you got started, the new album coming out, all of that. And I have some bios that just say, we're awesome. Come check us out.
Oh, I forgot to put that in there.
We started playing rock and roll when we were really young, man, and we're doing really good now. And I'm like, well, I want some information. So call me a stickler, but you guys have a great bio. And Black Petals Fallen, you have a full-length album. Is that coming out soon?
Not soon enough. We started recording in July. We started writing the songs right after we got back from Nashville.
Okay.
And so we demoed 13, 15 songs, something like that. And they're off to the mixer now. And our engineer who's doing the final mixing, he's Joe Ayub, who's a Grammy-nominated producer, engineer. He's the head engineer at LA's Cherokee Studios, where they record everybody. We're so honored that he's working with us.
And it says you have, what, 13 tracks of music on that album. Is that correct?
Yeah. We're super excited.
Hey, Finn, are you ready for all 13 tracks? Do you know all the songs?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
You know who I didn't grill yet was Josh.
Oh, boy.
Did I skip you, Josh? I think I did.
It's okay if you did. It's okay.
No, I think
I'm kidding.
Tell me growing up in music, tell the world, because you're going to be in 105 countries. Tell everybody how you got started in music, and was it always the drums? And do you play other instruments? And were your parents even supportive of you growing up? All that stuff.
Yeah, all those questions. So my parents were always supportive of me. So the cool thing is, I feel terrible for the people who don't have people who support them, because I've had really good luck with people who support me. So that's amazing. And I mean, growing up, my dad taught me to play a little bit of drums, and I actually auditioned in the 6th grade to play the drums, and they denied me. Um,
How could they
and so
deny
I had
you?
to, yeah. So I was like, oh no. So I switched to clarinet actually, and so I played clarinet. I played saxophone, and then when I moved back to my hometown, I started with drums, and then it just skyrocketed from there. I played
Okay.
talent shows, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Has drums been your only instrument?
Yeah, drums. Yeah, drums are my only instrument right now. I mean, I do a little bit of auxiliary stuff, but drums
Okay.
for the most part are my only. Yeah.
And tell me, I don't know who wants to answer this. How do you get your recordings done? You said you do a lot of it yourself. Do one of you have a home studio? Are you using your favorite DAW, for digital recordings? How does that go from creation
No,
to publishing?
we've been really lucky. We've worked with great pros. Our first producer who did our first EP was Dean Miller, a country legend, Roger Miller's son, and an
Okay.
award-winning producer and songwriter in his own right. And he reached out to me on Instagram in the summer of 2023, liked the songwriting and invited me to come record in Nashville. And that's what I got the band together for. So we were in Nashville for our first recording sessions were in Sound Emporium Studios, where Robert Plant and Alison Krauss had just recorded. The Smashing Pumpkins had just recorded. I mean, we were just so awestruck to be there. And we recorded for a couple of days, 5 songs, and then we're recording Black Petals Fallen. The original recording was done at Fusion Audio Solutions in Grand Junction, where we live, and it's being mixed in LA, mixed and mastered in LA. So we've worked with pros from the beginning. Really, very, very fortunate.
Well, it sounds like it. You got Grammy nominated engineers and producers like Joe Ayu.
Hey,
Is that how you
yep.
pronounce it?
Mhm.
Yeah. And he's the head engineer, LA's legendary Cherokee Studios. Now remember Cherokee Studios. They go way back.
Oh, they recorded
Cherokee's been
everyone.
around a long time. Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
been
for
around a
sure.
long time, big time. And I can't wait for that new album to come out with 13 tracks of music. You guys always have an open door here also on the podcast show. So you get your tour going and you guys want to come back and talk about it, just let Curtin call know and I'll slip you in
Thank you.
on the show.
Thank you so much.
Let Christmas Prayer. That's a song I have finally called up. And I didn't explode on the YouTube website and play everything you have. So I hit one button and like 5 songs played. It's crazy. So let me get ready to play that song. Is there anything you want to say about Christmas Prayer before I play it?
It's I wrote the song a long time ago on a lonely Christmas Eve when I was living in Ireland, and I found out later there had been a murder in the park across from my room the night before.
Oh
There
my
was
God.
blood in the snow when I woke up the next day, and wrote the song that day. And I tried it with a bunch of different singers, Dean, a bunch over years. Ruby
Mm.
is the only one who understood it. I swear, Ruby, I'm not even joking.
Why do I believe that? Because she fits this song, and I'm just gonna guess I'm gonna love it. Let's play it. Let's play it. Here we go. Let's share this puppy. Everyone sit back. Your voices are live, so here we go.
No goodbye, no soft sigh, no angel in my bed. No lost year, no silent tear, it's you I feel instead. No thorn in my side, no foolish pride, no destiny to keep. It's you that I hold in my dreams. Sundown, street sounds, laughter. final stands, no mislaid plans, no danger so unreal. And when I reach out, it's you that I feel. City lights, Dublin nights, bloodshed in the park. Bad times, street signs, the snow falls in the dark. Hold you, kiss you, walk through the square, looking for our Christmas prayer.
Nice. What a beautiful song, guys.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Ruby, great job on the vocals on that. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
That's over the top singing right there. I'm telling you. Guys, you lucked out on this one. I'll tell you what.
Tell me about it.
Guys, not every band gets a singer like that. And it's just amazing. And you guys need to be signed and you need to be out there playing concerts. And now that's a question I have for Ruby. Who would you want to open up for if you did a concert, like you were lined up? Who would you want to play for? And I guess I'm asking, who's your influence and who would you like to open up or just be on stage with? And I'm going to ask all of you the same question. So Ruby, you're first.
Well, we're actually opening for one of the bands that would be really excited to play for.
Ruby, that's not announced yet.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I'm ready.
Give me the band,
It'll
Ruby.
be a secret.
Coming soon, Dean. Coming soon.
I'm going to get it out of you. Ruby, who's your main influence as a singer, songwriter? You got to have some influences out there. Can you give me maybe a handful or a couple?
Yeah. Cyndi Lauper, Lady Gaga, Chappell Roan. For songwriting, probably Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Nice. Boy, I'll tell you got a nice selection. Lady Gaga, I'll tell you what a songwriter she is. Yeah. And Cyndi Lauper, oh my God. She's still in there. She's still out there touring. I'm in Las Vegas, guys, so I get to, I get to see all the bands that are still playing.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them, they're not in the stadiums, but they always end up in Vegas.
Yeah.
As a residency, right? And so many great bands. Well, even Motley Crue's out here right now. They're doing a residency.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think anyway, everyone eventually comes to Vegas.
Mhm.
It's the entertainment capital of the world, and that's why I'm here. And I haven't got to go down and play yet. I wanted to put a band together when I came out here, and I just fell into the podcast show. And somebody asked me one day, why don't you do a podcast? I go, well, I'll give it a try. And I'm out on the patio with my phone talking with my nephew about his rap music. That was my very first. And we're just talking. I'm reading the newspaper and we're having a cup of coffee. And I go, how'd you get started in rap, Shane? And he starts talking. I go, hey, maybe we should take this to the next level. And then Spotify at the time didn't have video. that's when I got started in podcasting.
Mm.
Video, you weren't allowed to upload video through the Spotify app. Of course, you had Joe Rogan out there already doing it, and some of the big players. But anyway, and that brings me to you guys. I mean, I've got to interview so many great bands and find new talent, because like me, not everybody knows who we are, right? We got to a certain level in our music career, and we're just trying to break through that cloud, that, like, what I call inversion layer, right? There's this cap and we're trying to pop through it. And what's the magic pill? What do we do to do that? First of all, we have to write good music. Second of all, we have to get out there and let people know who we are and play live shows, and then make our music available to the public, and hopefully they like our stuff. And Ruby, so what are you seeing? Do you see a change in direction? Are you going to stay with this style of music that I'm hearing tonight, or does it get really heavy? I thought I hit a button and I heard some heavy stuff. So how heavy do you guys get? Well, do we get into the gothic stuff too? Tell me a little bit about that.
Nemesis is a little heavier. I think, Josh, is that still your favorite song?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I love that song. There's
Nemesis.
on this album we have a lot of heavier stuff, honestly, and it's like a good mix of heavy and goth, which I really love. So
the new stuff is filled with some heavy mothers, just some heavy mothers.
It's great.
Is it like thrash where the audience is banging their heads? They're like in a mosh pit.
No, we're too much into melody for that. We love gorgeous melodies over some heavy sludgy riffs. And Josh is just, man, I can't wait for people to hear Josh on this record. He just bangs the shit out of those skins.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
That brings me to another question. I have a lot of musicians that watch the show. A lot of friends of mine are guitar players, songwriters, singers, and I always talk a little bit about what you guys play. And Josh, what kind of drum set, what kind of kit do you have? And is it a conglomeration of hardware and all kinds of different stuff? What do you play?
I play Mapex. It's like a purple Mapex drum set, and then I play Paiste cymbals, and then I have Pro Mark sticks that I'd love to use. Yeah, I think my Mapex kit sounds so good. And it's purple, and I just think it looks goth when we're on stage. I think it's perfect.
It looks goth. Did you have like an oversized bass kick? I mean, it's like a big boom, the bass drum.
Oh yeah, it's like a 22.
Like thunder. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. My friend, I went to school with Tommy Lee, Tom Bass.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And I went across the street. Now imagine this. I'm in 10th grade, and me and Tom would go over to his house and I'd watch him play his drums. And he had two double kicks. I think they were 24s. His parents built a studio inside the 2-car garage, and it was all for his drums.
Wow.
And so I'd go watch Tom play almost every day at lunch, smoke a doob, sit on the garage floor. And they had egg cartons. They had egg cartons all over. And he was in like 5 or 6 bands, Sweet 19, US 101, Greg Leon Invasion. He played with, anyway, I went and set his drums up for him at this graduation dance for a high school. And they were like Styx. In fact, they played Grand Illusion. They did a lot of Styx tunes, but Tom was always just like the star of the show, and he always played with great band members. But when Nikki came and grabbed him, that was the end of that. And they went and found Mick, and then they found Vince. And, he met Vince at my high school.
Wow.
Otherwise that would have never
wild.
happened. Yeah. Vince was in our typing class. He sat in the back. And Tommy goes, "Who the hell's that guy?" And I go, "I don't know, some wannabe rocker guy. He's got long brown hair. He had a bandana on, and his name was Vince Warden." And Vince, I guess Neil was his middle name. But nice guy, but a real quiet guy. He didn't talk much. Nobody really knew much about him except for the chicks loved him. Because he's a good looking guy. He had a band. He kind of like a Bret Michaels. He had the bandana going on, and he had the long hair, and he was in a band called Rock Candy. And Tom had no clue about this guy, and they eventually hooked up again. But I'm rambling. My personal life. I could write a book, guys. I could write a book. And the people that I have played with and hung out with are just incredible. And what a great time to grow up was the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And there were so many of my friends grew up, touring and headlining over bands like Van Halen. In fact, somebody in our chat thread tonight, Van Halen opened up for Tom Hardy of Stormer. And if you
Wow.
guys ever heard of Stormer, I'm going back to like late 70s. And Tom's on our chat tonight, so say hi to Tom. He's out there.
Hey, Tom.
He's listening to the show, and he's a really good friend of mine. He's out in Ohio tonight, and he just loves listening to new bands like I do. And I've interviewed Grammy Award winning artists. I've interviewed Glass Tiger from Canada. I had Carlos Cavazo on the show not too long ago from Quiet Riot. So I've had some really talented players, but we're all the same. We're all in the same boat when it comes to music, right? We're songwriters, we're guitar players, we're creators, and some of us get a break, and some of us has to work a little harder, and this and that. But this is what it takes: podcast shows, concerts, getting your music out there, keep your stuff fresh, keep writing new music. This new album you guys got coming out, fantastic. Get that out there and let me know so I can help you promote it, as well.
Will do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there any other? Now there's a couple other songs here. We played the Christmas song, was it?
Christmas Prayer, yeah.
Christmas Prayer. Is there anything you want to play? And then we're gonna try to take some calls in. If somebody would call in tonight, I want.
Can you find Strawberry Rage?
Is it on your website?
It should be on YouTube. It's not on the website, but it should be on our YouTube channel.
Is it a video as well?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not a video. It's just audio, but it's got a still image.
Let me see here. YouTube, and then you've got Voltaire'S. It's funny, I said Voltaire. I had to go back and re-record it. It's the Voltaire. Voltaire's Ghost.
Strawberry.
And what's the name of the song?
Strawberry Rage.
Huh?
Strawberry Rage.
Strawberry. I love strawberries. Strawberry Rage. Strawberry Rage. Oh, did I hit it? Let's see here. Well, I think I found it. I'm such a good searcher when it comes to the internet, I'm a good Googler. Strawberry Rage. All right, so it's got a little pink cover. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. See if they put a commercial on you guys. You always know you're popular when they have a commercial.
Not to disappoint Ruby's fans, but this was written and recorded before I met Ruby, so she's. But we're adding this to the set with new lyrics from Ruby very shortly.
Sweet.
Okay, so all right, so let's give this one a play. Let me get in position to play this puppy right now. Make sure all the right buttons are checked, and they are. And to crank it up at home, people, turn up your stereos. It's the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show, and we are bad to the bone out here. So thank you for joining us. So we're going to play a little song by Voltaire'S Ghost. And hold on, let me share the screen. Here we go. That's incredible. Love that song. Now, that's an instrumental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What percentage of instrumentals are going to be on the new album or in your whole repertoire? What percentage of instrumentals do you have in your
There
set?
was quite a few before I met Josh and Ruby and Finn. I produced a lot of that just on my own, hiring different musicians, here and there. But
I
the
hear a
intention,
violin.
yeah,
I
there
hear
was
violin.
always the intention to re-record those instrumental pieces when I had the band that I wanted assembled. And so there are some instrumental songs with the Voltaire's Ghost name out there. I'm really looking forward to re-recording those with Josh and Ruby and Finn and Ruby's such an amazing vocalist and lyric writer, by the way. She's writing some amazing lyrics for this new album. So we'll re-record all those and they might have new titles and they might sound totally different. And I'm just so looking forward to that.
What was the name of that song we just listened to?
Strawberry Rage.
Strawberry Rage? Strawberry Rage.
Yeah.
Ruby, I hear you, are you putting a vocal track on that? Have you thought about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I hear singing going on. What would you
Someday.
do on that? Yeah, okay. But you plan on it, right?
Yeah.
Put some vocals on? Okay. So pretty much it's pretty much open. Anything you guys want to do, you can do it. And you guys are getting together every week in the studio, is that right? You guys get together weekly?
Mm-hmm.
And these shows you said you're playing a lot coming up. Are you coming to Vegas anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas all the time. We haven't played Vegas yet, but I'm in Vegas all the time.
Got to come out here, guys. There's so many places to play out here.
If you can point us in a direction, we'll hit them up. We would love to play Vegas.
I would imagine you could play anywhere in Vegas. There, I know some of the heavy metal or the hard rock clubs like Vamped or Vamps down here. They're mostly hard rock, but there is 1,000 clubs that your music would go over big time. There's a lot of like little underground dark clubs, like really artsy in the art district.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever been to Las Vegas, we have the arts district, and you go down there and it's like very hip vibe down there, the way everyone dresses. And it's not typical Las Vegas. And I was invited to a wedding down there. The lead singer and songwriter for Abso Facto is a good friend of mine, John. And Abso Facto is a huge pop band. He was signed by Atlantic Records. And he came out to our house one day with his wife, and she's a videographer, and she did a photo shoot. And I see this guy running around with a blow dryer in a blow dryer. He's making the wind, while they're doing the photo shoot. And he's a little skinny guy. And I didn't think much about it. And so they go, "You guys want to come to our wedding?" I go, "What? Just met us like 10 minutes ago." Well, we're playing down at the Arts District. And they never even told me that he was a major rock star.
Wow.
Like this guy's huge. Look him up when you get a chance. Abso Facto. We're going to early 80s. Huge popular songwriter. A lot of like not hip hop, pop vibe, alternative rock kind of. And his wife does the videos. Anyway, I'm giving him a little plug, but we had lunch with him a few times. We became good friends with him. And then I haven't heard from him in about 6 months, but I was invited to their wedding, and the vibe down there, I see you guys playing in Las Vegas down at some of these clubs, these not hippie, but like vibe clubs. Like they're almost like, not jazz, soulful, hip. I don't know. I'm an old guy. I'm not sure what they call it. But maybe Ruby can tell me.
We'd love to.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yeah.
We're on it.
Get your butts down here. I have an RV parked out front. You guys can stay in my RV. How's that?
Yay!
Awesome.
I got a motel for you. You all have to fit in 3 bunk beds and 2 masters. But that would be great to see you guys out here. And I'm going to probably head towards wrapping up the show, guys. It's I'm not even sure how long we've been doing this, but I'm going to be reposting this podcast show out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and about 50 other platforms that are in India, Bangladesh, Germany, the UK, Switzerland, Finland, Brazil, all of these great places. And we actually have a lot of fans out there. and it's kind of nice. My reach is very broad. The count's not as high as I'd like it to be, but the reach is broad. So I'm reaching countries that I never thought I'd be in, you know.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So to have bands like you on the show really throws the diverse angle, right? Because I'll go from the band I had last week. I don't know if you caught my show last week, man. They were heavy, heavy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if there's anything heavier than that. It's just
Wow.
like, like screaming, like just, but meaningful songs. They were a great band. But the contrast of you guys in last week's podcast show is 180 degrees, man. Let me tell you. And that's what makes the show so interesting. It's very there's not just one thing. You don't
That's
know what
awesome.
to expect. That's why I encourage everyone, subscribe to the show. If you're out there, hit the subscribe button, because I want you to get reminded of the next show. And absolutely. And is there anything you guys really want to say as a band to your audience tonight? And who wants to take the lead on that? And why they should come see Voltaire's? Is it Voltaire's or Voltaire?
Voltaire's
Voltaire.
Ghost.
Voltaire's Ghost. Don't say it wrong. Voltaire's Ghost. And don't say Voltaire, because I don't know what I was thinking. I actually recorded the commercial. What did I say there? Oh, no. I had to go back and re-record the commercial. Voltaire's Ghost. And you guys have such a unique style, and I really wish you guys the best of luck in the music business.
Thank you.
I just hope, and don't ever quit. Don't ever quit no matter what. And don't listen to the fans that don't listen to the haters. You're always going to have them. And always surround yourself with positive, right? That's what they say in life. Surround yourself with positive.
You try.
Yeah.
You try. Josh, do you want to take this one? Why should people come see us in Austin or anywhere?
Honestly, I feel like well, first of all, thank you for having us. Really, this has been amazing. And
You're
I feel
welcome,
like, I feel like we're so unique, and I know we're not like a lot of bands. I had a lot of bands say that, but I feel like we do have a unique, different mix of elements that come together, and I feel like we're all kind of different backgrounds, and I think it all comes together, and it just blends beautifully, and I think people will really love it, and I think that's why if you're out in Austin, please come check us out, please, or anywhere, come check us out.
Well, you guys
Well
are
said.
playing.
Well
You
said.
guys got gigs coming up. You got a roster of gigs coming up, right?
Yeah.
Check out our website for venues, dates. Come see us.
What is your website again? Tell the people.
Voltaire'sGhost.com.
Oh, that's VoltairesGhost, correct?
Yep.
Voltairesghost.com. Go check out the website, people. And if I still have time if you want to call into the show. I'm not completely done here. But if somebody wants to call in, this is probably the best time to do it. I'm going to give the number out one more time, give you one more chance, and then we're going to start to wrap up. And I forgot to tell you, the first caller into the show tonight gets a free coffee mug with the picture of Voltaire's Ghost on the front.
Oh man, I'll call in.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me hang up and call.
So no, you guys can't call in. It's too late. Too late. So let me give you the number. Hang on a second. Let me give you guys the number. The first caller in gets a free coffee mug. And if I don't hear from someone, then, those coffee mugs are nice. I have 61 of them right behind me. I make a coffee mug for every show. You guys are number 63, I think.
Wow.
Episode 62 or 63. Next week is 64, I believe. So call into the show. The number is 669-444-9171. That's 669-444-9171. The code to get in is 702-927-2226. They'll ask you for the meeting ID. It's 702-927-2226. Write that down. And if you call into the show, you can ask questions I probably won't even ask. That's why I started doing the call-ins and the chats. We do have Brian Moore. He's still keeping an eye on you guys. He probably doesn't want you to get away. He says, "What's up, Dean?" He said, "What's up, Dean?" That's how he talks. "Hey, Dean, what's up with the rock and roll, man?" And he keeps me up late at night with his rock and roll stories. And he likes to hear my 80s stories when I met Axl Rose backstage. and he shook my hand and threw up all over me.
No.
And that's the first time I met Axl Rose. He threw up on me. And then Slash and him were actually playing before Guns N' Roses. We were doing a little club in Glendora, California.
Oh,
And I could talk all night about me, guys, but it's not about me. But I like to talk about me sometimes. It sounds corny. My wife hates that. She goes, "Why do you always talk about yourself?" So shut up. Well, honey, I like to tell stories. She's with Almost Famous Productions, and she has a lot. I have a lot of videos on there too. I used to be a pool player. I'm a billiard guy. I'm a trick shot guy.
Nice.
And I used to. I don't really focus on that, but I have over a million subscribers or some shit on there.
wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. I got more than on my podcast show. Oh, guess what, guys? Somebody called in.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Okay, whose mom is it going to be? Should we take that?
Yeah, brother. Hey, I'm gonna grill him, man. I'm gonna find out. Who it is. Are you ready? Hold on. Let me put you in gallery mode real quick, so we don't get the phone number. Sometimes that phone number shows up. Let me see how it goes. Here we go. Welcome to the Dean Von Music podcast show. I'm gonna hide that number real quick. Welcome to the Dean Von Music podcast show. Who's calling in? Let me hold on.
It's Bob. You got me?
Yes,
Hello?
I do. Hold on. I'm gonna hide you. Can I hide you? I don't want to show. Hold on. Hey Bob, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
We're great.
So
man.
I'm just a long time listener, second time caller, I guess, Dean. So we talked when we met the Organic Kings. You had them on, but so I caught you late. I was on early, then I caught you late. We had our show tonight, but hey, I just want to ask the band where their home base is and what their the radius is. Do they travel? Are they label signed?
We're based in Western Colorado. Our range is wide and far. Last year we toured California 3 times. We recorded in Nashville. We're going to Austin next month. So we've actually done more shows out of state than in state, believe it or not. We worked really hard last year, traveled a lot. And we are now with Curtain Call Records as of October, and they've been great. Helped us get great interviews like this, and meet you, Bob. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, I was watching a little bit. Like I say, so I'm part of Motorcycle Mayhem Radio, and I'm not trying to throw that plug out there, but we had to back up and do our show tonight, so I missed your show. I had planned all week to watch Dean's show just to check you out. So I've listened to a little bit of your music, and it is very unique, and it's what I like about it. So I'm a big fan. You gained a fan, and I'm happy to check you out. So thanks for being on the show, and it's great. Dean, buddy, you're doing a great job with your show, man. I'm real proud of you.
Hey Bob, I want to thank you for following the show, and we need people like you that appreciate good music and brand new artists. Like, you're not afraid to jump out of the box and listen to new music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just so tired of the same radio stations playing the same 47 songs, and it's classic rock. We all love it. That's how we all grew up. I'm an older guy, but I love new music, and I love exploring it and checking it out. And again, thanks, Dean, for having great guests like this on.
Thank
Bob.
you.
Yeah, and they are great. They're a great bunch, aren't they, Bob? I really enjoyed this interview tonight. This was such a humble crowd and talented musicians and educated. And we got what's the nickname I want to call you again? I got the wrong name up here. Bob, do me a favor. Send me your address. You won the coffee mug tonight for the podcast show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's a bourbon mug, just so you know.
And because you're a loyal watcher of the show, I'm really looking forward to sending that mug out to you. And it's a beautiful mug. If you guys get a chance, take a peek at it. And I also have T-shirts and everything else. It's a podcast show cover, basically, on the shirt. But if you guys want to jump in there and get yourself a collectible mug or T-shirt, it's already made. It's on the website, deanvonmusic.com. So again, I want to thank you guys for being on the show tonight. I had a great time, and I hope you guys come back when you get on tour and finish that second album.
Dan, we would love
so
to. Thank you
much.
so much.
Dean.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks,
Hey,
Bob.
hey, Bob.
Get easy.
Hey, Bob, I didn't forget about you. I'll see you later, buddy. Send
You're
me,
good, you're
send
good.
me, send me your address to dean@deanvaughnmusic.com.
I'll tell you what,
DEAN
I'm going to be in I'll be in Las Vegas on the 16th and 17th. Just bring it to me
March.
there.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be on stage with Arcana Kings. I'm going to introduce them at
There
the
you go.
Fremont Street. Okay.
Yep.
So
that
Bob,
sounds
make
fun.
sure, and you're bringing me a shirt, I think, aren't you, Bob?
I am. I got you an XL, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to get, is it an Arcana King shirt?
Oh, no, it's Motorcycle Mayhem Radio.
Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. I love it. Bring it down. I'll see you down on Fremont Street. That's going to be March 16th, I think, St. Patty's Day.
Yes, sir.
Is that-
I'll be there
is that
Sunday
right?
night and Monday night. Yes, sir. Both shows. They've got 3, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but I'll be there. I'm flying in from Texas, so I'll be there Sunday night and Monday night.
Okay. So I will see you at the Arcana Kings. And we're even thinking of getting a motel or a hotel.
Yep, I'm
down-
staying right there on Fremont Street at I think the D is where I'm staying at.
Okay. I'll see you then, Bob. Have a good night. Thanks for calling into the
good.
show.
Thanks,
Okay.
Bob.
Thanks for the mug.
Thank
Keep
you.
Thank you,
keep
Bob.
rocking. You're welcome. Bye.
Take care, buddy. Wow, that was awesome. That's awesome. I love the call-ins, guys. Especially, sometimes you get a really good one where like a fan saw the band like 5 years ago, and they're like, and they remember each other.
Oh,
and the
that's
call
awesome.
comes in. I'm going, it's just great. And did we lose Finn? Did I lose
Yeah.
Finn?
Ben had to drop out, unfortunately. He sends his regrets, but he had a great time.
He's not upset, is he?
No.
No, it just dropped out.
All right, you guys. And I want to thanks again for doing the show tonight and being on the Dean Vaughn Music podcast show.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much for
Dave.
having me.
Thank you, Dean.
Thanks, everyone.
And you guys can hang out if you like. I'm going to play the outro video. Okay, so you can hang out.
Awesome.
Here we go.
We got a call in.
Yeah.
Tell me,
Yeah.
baby, what would you do without this blessing, without this curse? What you gonna do about my thirst? Death becomes you.
Crank it up. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining the show.